Do you know one of the reasons it's so hard for me to fit into the world? I really am disgusting. It doesn't matter. It's the truth. I have been yelled at for so much of improper etiquette, of just sincerely blowing my nose. It just gets worse and worse, and I have this chronic mucus problem. So, it's not even like I blame these people. It's like I'm kind of a form of leprosy. And this is all before coronavirus. Now, oh my God. I'm the guy that spits everywhere he goes. I'm 65. The only reason I grabbed this, the wordage in there was some difference, but, there were different things popping up, but I think what grabbed me was the quality of life. Everybody's discussing the quality of life. And when is the quality of life an improper distortion to hold on to this religious fervor of the sanctity of life, that you can't play God. God will take you. You must suffer until God takes you. Yet there's so many exceptions among the rules of all of the religions that, come on. But this basic premise, we have to survive. Those that endure to the end shall be saved. This constant, we glorify in all cultures, those that would epitomify and personalize that phrase. It's not how many punches you throw that matter. It's how many you take and you're still standing. Because if you can out-endure your enemy, you win. It's just wrong. There's pain and suffering. And when acute pain, like I'm having with my back, whether it's the slow, horrible glob of depression or sicknesses or incapabilities of dwelling with realities because emotions so weigh you down, or the acute pain in my arthritic spine, it completely eclipses capability to just function normally in a world that expects everyone to, shoulder their own. And I can't. And then I'm thrown into some kind of group, cookie-cuttered, duplicated, what is most efficient, where can we save a few dollars, how can we combine a few programs, blah, and still get the grant. Think about that. Ugh. Even compassion is already set by, well, how much money are we going to be able to accumulate? That alone is bizarre. But anyone's listening to me goes, no, you're bizarre. It's just a premise of the world, money and gain and money, exchange, and in certain pockets, if you can get a lot more, so your life's a lot better. That's just all wrong. The whole concept is disgusting when it comes to people in pain and suffering. We're supposedly all allowed to be the captain or captainess of our own destiny-dwelling amoeba-like shell of a containment that we name each one and give social security numbers to, at least in America. Supposed to be able to say what we want or don't want. To be able to swing our leg any which way we want until it hits somebody's knee. But then everybody has their perspectives of what's one why that's hitting their knee. And everyone can justify their point of view, especially if they feel it. And it's just an impossible world to dwell on. Impossible. The conflictions of religion and the conflicts and the deaths and the murders and the wars because of just and the commanding in some religions, even in these times, to kill in the name of their God. And then if that isn't, so then we get secular. So now we have ideals that exclude the divine, or, you know, like America that's willing to be a melting pot, and at least in theory to accept atheists as their own religion. The point is that, but you just forget about religion now. Everyone's got these ideologies, and they know what's right and what's best, and they see the flaws in the others, and they see the injustices, and the injustices are in every ideology. So they're fighting to take over the other ideologies, to free them. So instead of religious dogma, it's on and on and on and on and on and on. And there's good in all of these ideologies. And anyone who's listening to me, I've said before, the worst place to be is the center of a battlefield. Ecumenical is one of my 6 favorite words. There's truth in everything if you look deep enough. Or at least some reasoning of why I get it. How I get it. But people don't live with microscopes on, but I'm just telling you the world's impossible to live. Impossible. And I don't want to be here. But if I could self-sustain myself, so the concept of the quality of life, if the fear of knowing what has definitely been documented, of the ceaseless horror stories of nursing homes and psychiatric wards, any government wards of the state, which is what I am, and there is very little of individuality within that. So now I'm a fish out of water, or I'm a land animal drowning. I want to go. My quality of life is bad. This isn't a quality of life. Do you realize that in my life now, in the last 2.5 years, esophagus perforation, which sounds so dainty, but I was in a coma. I think it was 4 to 6 weeks. My daughter, before she died, it doesn't matter. But ultimately, I was in 2 or 3 hospitals. Cooper rescued me. 3 major operations. I was put on suicide watch for 3 weeks while I was there, because when I did come to, and Baba Boo, oh my God, well, I'm a caged animal. Why am I living? Doctors are telling me it's a miracle that I'm alive. I should be dead. I mean, I'm really being told this. Everyone's so happy about it. I ain't happy. If it all had turned peaches and cream from that moment on, I would have been. Well, it didn't. I came home addicted to so many painkillers, a month of withdrawal. Then I have a heart attack. My mental illness is just off the charts. Because it's impossible for me to function in the world. But when you have money and you're capable of individualistically hiding, like a gated community, you stay within your own realm. So if you have your health, that's what a lot of money can grant you if you want to be separated but not a burden and not draw attention to yourself. Just kind of live within your own world. It just fortifies you, unless other forces are greater of government takeovers or wars or whatever happens, sicknesses and Mother Nature shit. Neighbor that even though you don't have them close, on the Board of Education, whatever, it's just always shit. Always those fireballs from the Wicked Witch of the West. And everyone in their own way are scarecrows. For people with a lot of money, oh my God, they're pretty fortified around that straw. I am a straw man that is a ward of the state. That has had all these physical problems, and now my back. I seriously injured at 27, loading trucks on the third shift, moonlighting, trying to make a little extra money. Well, here we are. I now have serious arthritis in my spine and lower back. It just reared its head out of nowhere like it does for anyone. And then it's done. There's nothing I can do about it. I can't get to pain. It's just because it's just so complicated right now between the coronavirus, my mental illness, the insurance system. I was going for an injection, and then they didn't. It's just so well, I'm not up for all this soap opera. I am homeless as I'm doing this tape. I'm just waiting for the guillotine to fully drop. Where am I going? There's no specialized housing for me. I live in fear because I've had so much bad. And on a day of semi-reasoning sarcasm, I believe now that God just sets up, okay, you're going to have 32% of your day is going to be shit, or 89% is going to be shit, or whatever it is. And then whatever piles of shit the gods choose from that seem to be accumulated towards your direction. That's right, breast cancer is running our family for da-da-da. Yeah, leukemia, da-da-da-da-da-da. It's just endless amounts of shit. Point is that I have a terrible breathing problem. Last few days I haven't had that as bad. My back has kept me up. It's woken me up 4 or 5 times. I mean, I can't believe it's literally like a pit bull that I love and adore. Pit bulls, those pitties. But my point is, on a bad day, their grip is like one of the top 3 of all dog bites. They don't let go. And that's the pain I'm having in my back. And so I have come to the place that when I take enough drugs and it just seems to subside for a little bit, and I get really bad again. And so I'm waiting for the day that doesn't stop. I'm thinking that's what hell will be. I'm going to have this acute pain. It'll never go away. I'll never be allowed to sleep. That's hell. I'm 65. I've lived in and out of psych ward since I'm age 19. I had a lot of problems. I want to leave the earth. That's illegal and immoral. Wow. My quality of life is real bad. Or just throw me a couple of $1 million. I won't know what to do with that amount of money. I think if I live 20 years. It's such a meager lifestyle. But I don't have enough money to live. And in capitalistic America, money that's oxygen. So I don't have enough money. I'm going to be homeless. I'm very physically compromised. My mental illness allows me not to dwell with anyone because I have become so many different entities. I've tried to kill myself because I can't deal with what I am. It's too torturous. I tell people on a good day my jailers are my best friends. It's very bizarre. But I don't care if, let's say, you really love toasty warm. I promise you, you go from the freezer to the oven, freezer to the oven, freezer oven, it's gonna crack. And I'm very cracked. Not to mention all the molestations and my father dying in my arms, my brother being MIA, and my daughter dying, and 2 divorces, and rightfully so for these women. But that's my point is I'm insane. And all I have for me is this this system that is so. I'm an elephant, and the system is set up for dogs, and that's the way it is. I just don't fit in. I don't even fit in for what is set up for those that don't fit in. I really don't fit in. And many don't. But that's the stupidity of, again, trying to economize and socialize and the concept of mental illness, which in and of itself, that's an oxymoron. We're going to organize mental illness. Really, we're going to categorize. Really, when every fingerprint is different. Period, from the beginning of the times of every human. So my quality of life is terrible. And I'm choosing the point of this, 18 minutes in, the thought that was in my head was in this quality of life is that now I am a good day is if I have enough bearable pain to leave my apartment to do the only thing that makes me feel like I am a contributor to the less thans. And you'll all go cuckoo, cuckoo. That's okay. I go to 4 sections in the apartment building I'm in, and I feed feral cats. Basically 3 that they're off the property. And that just excruciatingly makes my back pain worse, but I get the mail. So if I have a day where I'm not crippled in pain, I'm woken up 3-4 times a night. Oh, wow, I had a great day. Oh, come on, man, that's no fucking quality of life. With the looming fears and not having enough money, I didn't expect a heart attack. I didn't expect esophagus perforation. I didn't expect when my hamstring broke. And the more I have accepted my illness, the more it just is. Not to mention I'm alone. And I'm impossible to deal in the world. I know that. So, if my hope is a systemized for dogs, basically, well, I'm an elephant. I have no money. I can't protect myself. My body's unpredictable. I'm a ward of the state. I live in fear. I'm gonna be homeless. Somewhere down the road in the next month or two, there's notices on the door. I have to go. Where? So why can't someone just euthanize me? My quality of life is much more bad than good.